To the co-main event, Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. What's your initial reaction to the fight?
Um, I think that Devin probably. I think that these guys stay out too long after losses. Well, Devin didn't technically lose, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think that I think that they should come back a little bit quicker. Um, the best fighter that I've seen at rebounding from a loss was Tommy Hearns, right? And if you look at Tommy Hearns' box rec, right, he lost the first big fight to Ray Leonard in September of 1981. As you can see, I ain't looking at no Google, but I know these things. He
Hmm.
came back and fought in December of 1981 against a Philadelphia fighter named Ernie Singletary on a Muhammad Ali card. Muhammad Ali fought his last fight in the Bahamas versus Trevor Burbick. And my point was that the great Emmanuel Stewart said, I wanted to get him back. I didn't want to have him sitting down thinking about it. That's when you start second guessing yourself too much, you start overthinking. I needed to get him back in the ring.
Zab
And
said the
that's
same thing. He said the best thing to do is get back in the ring right away.
who said that?
Zab.
Zab is another guy who's good at coming back. Yes. Zab took some tough losses and he was able to come back and rebound multiple times. That's a good point. So Devin, I think he stayed out too long. That's what I think the social media starts chipping away at your mind. Um, and I think that with it's going to sound like I'm making excuses, but I'm trying to answer your question. I think that with the Ryan fight looming, Devin was just real conservative and said, "Man, you know what? I'm just going to win this fight. I'm not going to be doing too much extra shit." You know what I mean? And I think that's why we saw that performance. Jose Ramirez is slow now. He's past his prime. Um, Way past his prime, in my opinion. He pulling the trigger really, really slow. And I think that Dev just said, I don't have to take a chance. I'm not going to take a chance. Probably didn't do good for his brand, but it got him another win. And he thought he was doing what he had to do to get to the Ryan fight, but nobody knew that Raleigh was going to be Ryan. And, it is what it is. But I think Devin will probably look better in a couple of fights. He wasn't knocked out, but he was concussed. He was hurt. That do stick with you. You got these fans saying all these things. And again, Devin was hurt. Let's just be honest. You know what I mean? Those left hooks was hurting him, man. His
You seen his face
equilibrium,
at the end of the fight.
yeah, his equilibrium was off. You know what I mean? He every time he recovered, he would get hit with another one. Boom. You know what I mean? That does something to you. Everybody, PTSD, that shit happens, bro. Like that's I dislocated my knee in high school basketball game. You come near my knee, you do anything to me, bro, like we gonna have a problem.
You'll start
Seriously,
swinging and shit just to get if
yeah,
you're getting
I'm serious.
close.
Don't touch me. Don't play with me down there. Nothing. I don't want nothing. That's a real thing. So you know what I'm saying. It takes a little bit of time. You know what I mean. Everybody's. That's why Inoue's so special. That's why Inoue's so special because he get hit with them big shots. That shit. Don't, he's like a psycho.
Hmm.
Everybody's not like that.
So
Everybody's
so
not
so
like that.
Breadman wasn't going to the strip club when he had his knee messed up.
No man, I don't want nobody. Listen,
I don't want no lap dance. I don't want no lap dance.
I snapped on my wife this week because she hit me in my knee. She was like playing around, like don't stop. I said, "Yo, don't do that." She's like, "Why you jump?" I said, "Don't touch me right there. I don't like it. I'm telling you, I don't play around like that." But a fighter getting hurt real bad, and then you on social media and everybody having something to say. And I think that Devin just took a conservative approach. He wasn't as bad as William Skull. He was scoring points. He probably could have did a little more. He probably knows he could have did a little more, but I think it was one of them fights where it's like, I'm just going to get the win. And I'm not knocking the promotion at all. You know what I mean? That was a very innovative idea, but the crowd really wasn't in it. It was like a social gathering, and
Right.
the energy wasn't in the fight. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised when that crowd has that palpable energy and you just feel it. Guys just start going at it, man. You could just feel it. You just know that it's going to be something. This fight right here, um, it was just like a social event. People was walking back and forth. Nobody was paying attention to the fight. Fighters pick up on that. So I think that was another thing. And we got the performance that we did. It wasn't like the best performance ever from Devin, but Jose Ramirez didn't bring nothing out of him. So Devin was like, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and just get this win. And he probably was a little conservative. I think his next fight will be better, and the next fight after that he'll be better. It takes some time to get back when you was embarrassed and hurt and concussed. It does. 9 out of 10 fighter, 9 out of 10 fighters, it takes time. Every once in a blue moon, you get a guy that's just crazy, like the Hearns or the Terry Nars, where they don't give a fuck. It's like whatever. I just got caught. I'm coming back. But most times it's like, all right, let me get a little bit. Let me take my time. Let me do this. You got to get used to getting hit with the headgear, without headgear, with the small gloves on. It takes time. Devin's a young guy. It's going to take him a little bit of time, man. Ryan hurt him. But sometimes being humble and being honest is just the best bet. Ryan hurt Devin. He was hurt. I'm looking at the fight like, God damn, man. Like I seen his legs go from him. So the next time he's in the ring, he got to over you those you be fighting those demons. You feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna be okay. He just got to take his time and find what style is right for him. Not listening to these media members, and he'll be okay. It wasn't a A+ performance. I'm not gonna hold you on that. It wasn't an A+ performance, but he did what he had to do to win the fight, and we'll see how he looked the next time.
Do you feel like he's a shot fighter by looking
Devin,
at that performance? Yes.
nah, it's too hard. It's too early to say if he's shot. Let me see a couple performances down the road, and if he's still having, then I'll be like,
You need
okay,
to see him get touched in the chin.
yeah, you got to see more. You know what I mean? He's 26. Nah, he's still fast. He's still smooth. He just, we just got to see. But I don't think he's shot. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he's fighting like that 3, 4 fights down the road, we could call him gun shy. That's a fair word. But I don't think he's shot. No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Well, what are the differences between that performances and being a gun shy?
What do you mean?
Like being gun shy and then what Devin did. It do you feel like he was gun shy?
I feel like that.
'Cause his legs were apparently moving way more than his hands were.
I feel like that you can consider him to be gun shy if he keeps performing like that over and over again. One fight after all of that time off under those circumstances, I don't want to call him anything except I don't want to say anything except that he won the fight. I don't want to do that because it's just one fight. And he does have a right to work himself back into fight move. You know what I'm saying? He does have a right. You know what I'm saying? Some guys don't get the luxury to take a comeback fight, but that's why you take it so you can build yourself back up a little bit. Um, I won't call him gun shy yet, but if this happens, let's say he fights 3, 4 more fights and he keeps looking like that over and over again, then you say, all right, like Hector Camacho. Hector Camacho, I don't know if you're familiar with this. I don't know how old you are. For the dude named Edwin Rosario in,
Yeah.
in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, New York, yeah.
And Rosario was probably the best lightweight puncher of the 80s outside of Alexis Arguello. I mean, he would knock your head off your shoulders. Brutal puncher. And he hit Camacho with some brutal combinations that fight and hurt him twice. And Camacho career literally is like this screen that me and you got. One part of the screen, he looked like a southpaw Puerto Rican version of Sugar Ray Leonard and Roy Jones. No bullshit. The next part of his career, he jabbing and grabbing and getting decisions. That's exactly how his career went. And I think that, and over time, he became gun shy because he didn't want to get stopped. He didn't want to get that feeling no more. I mean, Rosario cracked him. But I don't think that's fair to do that to Dev because he just fought one fight. We need more body of work. Camacho whole career from 1986 changed. Devin fought one fight. You know what I mean? Only thing I can say is that I think he should have fought sooner. You don't have to stay out the ring that long. He didn't get knocked out cold. He didn't get no bad cuts. You go heal up and you go back in the ring and you get that stuff off your mind. Staying out the ring long causes all that overthinking.
What
You
about if
still
his jaw was broken?
was it broken? I didn't
I
hear
mean,
that.
No, I
If it
mean
was broke,
De La Hoya mentions it, and then when we looked at Devin's box rec, he was inactive for practically 7 to 8 months after the fight.
I don't know. I
And then
mean,
obviously, like as a coach, you want answers. Bill needs answers. Devin needs answers in the training camp, in sparring. So it's like if they got some answers, maybe they approached this fight this way.
I can't say. I ain't gonna lie. I can't say. I don't know if he was, if his jaw was broken or not. That's something that Oscar said. I don't know. I know him and Bill Haney don't like each other, so they could say anything. I don't know.
Right.
Jaw was broke, then
But
that's a
that could
good
be
reason.
the answer of why he
That
wasn't,
could be the
in the ring for such a long time.
yeah, that's a good reason to not box. Yeah. I mean to
And
not fight.
spar and do all that stuff,
Yeah,
you know?
100%. It's a hell of a reason. You can't spar if your jaw is healing. But I didn't know his jaw was broke. So unless I get a confirmation, you know what I mean? I would just say that this era is ridiculous, man. Like it's guys that I've seen lose before, and he was out the ring for a substantial amount of time, and I'll say to myself, their career done. They never coming back. It's too long. It's too long. They not ever. I remember when Peter Quillen for Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs clipped him in the first round. It took Peter Quillen's like 2 years to come back. I'm like, he not coming back. He not gonna be right. You gotta be special, bro, to come back from that.
Yeah.
Special,
Fucking
special.
Bam Rodriguez, he broke it. Remember when he broke his jaw? He got his jaw broken?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, Oscar Valdez. He finished the fight. Oh, well, Bam Rodriguez actually finished the fight as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's brutal.
But I don't know if jaw was broken. You probably have to ask him or his dad like that.
Yeah.
I never heard that before. Just because your jaw is swollen, that don't mean it's broken.
It's broken,
So
right?
yeah, I don't know. But they different fighters. So we just gotta everybody is wired differently, man. I tell
Like you
my
said, like
kids,
anyway.
yeah, everybody's wired differently. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta just shit. My son don't like roller coasters. My daughters do. It's just everybody is different. You got to be humble in this sport and be what you are. Be the best version of yourself. Dev is a boxer and he fought a conservative fight. He don't have to fight like Inoue. If Dev fight like Inoue, he might get knocked out.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? God, you got to be what you are in this game, and you got to win like that. If Floyd tried to be like Tommy Hearns, he might have got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? That's not his way. So we all have to be the best version of ourselves. So I'll give Devin a little bit of grace. It wasn't a great performance, but I would like to see him be a little bit more active and see where he is, and then I could kind of properly assess him. I don't want to assess a young man on a fight against a guy who was over the weight and on PEDs who dropped him 3 times. And his first comeback fight look a little bit shaky. I don't want to judge him on that because he went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia can punch, and he was heavy. And Dev did get knocked down 3 times, whether they count on his record or not. Those punches still count on his body. He still felt them. So I want to give the man a little bit of grace and let him see how he looked coming back. And then moving forward, 3, 4 fights down the road, if he's still performing like that, then I'll say, okay, Dev didn't change. But one fight, I don't think that's fair.
Fair to say.